Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here from Limerock Classic. I about forgot what it was. Ready to go green here in just a minute from Limerock. Gotta stay tuned for just a minute, and we'll be right back. We are here from Limerock Classic. Sorry about that, guys. We are here from Limerock Classic, the Red Sox Racing Series, set to kick off here in just a moment from this great racetrack. I'm actually very much looking forward to it. We are set to go green in just a couple moments here for this great race. I hope everybody's ready for a great night of racing action. This is actually the next to last race for this series, for the summer series to be complete. We've had a good season so far. A lot of different winners every week. Of course, Limerock here, like I said tonight, 1.53 miles. How many turns on this track? I think it's 7. Yeah, 7 turns. But we are set to go. We did have a practice the other night. Paul Gibson, surprise, surprise, was up top here in the Limerock Classic. It should be good. Just looking around and checking everything. Colin Weatherholt, of course, was the winner last week. And then, as I said, only one race will remain after tonight, and that will be at Barber next week, July 29th. Then after that, guys, we will have a break for the Red Sox Racing Series. They're actually going to take about a month off, I believe is what I was told, before we come back for their full-time season again. Looking forward to that, though. And then also, while I'm thinking about tomorrow night, Midnight Thunder Series, we'll be racing live from Chicagoland. Going to be fun heading there tomorrow night. I believe we'll be live like 11:50 p.m. But from there, we will have a night off on Saturday and then back here on Sunday to begin the regular season finale from, I want to say it's Chicagoland as well, for the American Sim Racing League. Do not quote me on that one, though, but I believe so. Yeah, it will be Chicagoland. Also, while I'm sitting here thinking about it, guys, if you are interested in getting a creative fighter made for the UFC, the MMA on Trackside Esports, please contact me. It's free of charge. Nothing costs you nothing. You literally have to do nothing. You don't even have to own the game to get involved. Just send me a message. Let me know you want to be in it, and I will talk you through everything, how it works and all that. It's pretty cool stuff. We will have a exhibition on Saturday night, so that'll be fun. My guy's probably going to win everything because I'm going to make him. But no, looking forward to that. That should be a new thing that we're going to do here on Trackside on Saturdays. So we are getting ready to wrap up qualifying. We are heading over to the racetrack. You guys see it right there on your screen. Right now, Paul Gibson is on top of the board. What did I just pull up? What is that? Okay, anyway. Paul Gibson is on top of the board here in qualifying. Alex LaRose, Kel Kopker, Colin Weatherholt. I swear these PG-13 guys know how to race. Everywhere we see them, they are right there. I mean, we got a lot of them. There's one in 6th as well. Mitch Heller kind of separating now here tonight. He's sitting in 5th place. Mitch, great driver. Can't wait to see what he does. If we do decide to go back to multi-class racing, that's going to be interesting to see what happens. But we'll see. Let me know in the chat who you guys are pulling for, if you're pulling for anybody. Maybe you got somebody you want to watch, but I know we got a lot of Mitch Heller fans that usually tune in to watch out and trash talk you and all that stuff. But it does look like Paul Gibson is going to get the pole here most likely. But you see Trent Brown coming up over the hill. One thing about that hill, by the way, the car gets really light in the back end. And actually sometimes, I don't know if these cars, but sometimes you can actually jump the car a little bit. I'm not sure if these cars will do it since they're a little bit more, slower. But going to be something fun to watch. As you see Trent Brown. Whoa! Dodging traffic. That was like good show, actually. That's what it was. Crossing start finish line. Trent Brown. Whoa! Okay. Yep. David Berry back here as well. He's going to finish his lap. In the number 14, looks like he does finish it. Does he improve? He does not. Stays not. Looks like everybody's just about finished with their lap. Cameron Bidwell is finished with his lap as well. He will start 7th, so looks like that will actually end qualifying. It will. David Berry just getting a little bit of practice in here, but we are set to go. Looks like Paul Gibson, Alex Rose, Kel Kopker, Colin Weatherholt, Mitch Hiller, your top 5. We will get a look at the full grid here in just a minute. Here on Trackside Esports Network. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, watching, and supporting the broadcast every week, and always watching after the races. We do very much appreciate you. I love doing these races, especially for a lot of these leagues that I broadcast. Every owner we broadcast for, honestly, is really cool with us. That is one of the cool things I really do enjoy about me broadcasting. We've gotten to meet a lot of cool people, a lot of cool owners that are very willing to work with me and all that stuff. Sometimes I miss race here and there, and they're really cool about it. So here's what gets your grid, though. It is Paul Gibson, Alex Rose, Kel Kopker, Colin Weatherholt, Mitch Hiller, Trent Brown, Cameron Bidwell, David Shutt, your top 8. Look a little bit further back. David Berry, Les Turner, qualified 10th. Good job to Les. Robert right there in 11th. Justin Kirby Reed, Rundle in 13th. Terry right there in 14th. Chris Shieldsmith, Kevin Kyle, 16th. In row number 9, we got Jim back there with Bill as well. Dwayne McCarthy, Mark Wilson. The rest from there did not qualify. That is Dave Huffman, Mark Kudrowski, James Prostel Jr. Always a big fan of James. Keith Ostraker back in 24th place. 24 drivers, 34 laps. Going to be fun. Red Sox Racing Series. That is cool, by the way. Paul Gibson has that on his car. I forgot who it was that makes them. I don't want to say who I think it is and then disrespect. I want to say it was Alex or Nikhil. I cannot remember. Maybe Trent. But I can't remember. But that's cool how they got the letters and numbers and all that stuff on there. So we will get ready to rock and roll here from Summit Point. I was actually looking forward to, I keep saying Summit Point Limerock. I am looking forward to this race. I was thinking about it earlier about how much fun this race actually is going to be. Todd Chase says, I'm rooting for Mr. Gibson. Well, you're probably going to have a good choice with that one. Todd Chase Jr. I think we'll be live with Todd Chase tomorrow night as well. For Driver Spotlight. Racing some dirt late model once again. We'll be with him. Looking forward to that. Hopefully we can have a better night than what we've been having. Todd Chase Jr. will be back in the car in the dirt late model tomorrow night. And then, of course, the Midnight Thunder Series as well. Cars working through the track. You'll see it right there. Like I said, this is a very well-known track for a lot of guys. A lot of these guys know this place already. As you guys see, I'm working through turns 3 and turn 4, the left-hander, the right-hander. And that's actually what the turn name is called. I see a lot of fault in these turn names here online. Once again, this is the classic. Literally, this right here is called the No Name Street. Yep. Actually, I'm sorry. Right here is the right-hander. Now we are on the No Name Street. That is the dumbest name for I've ever heard of my life. I'm sorry, that is so stupid. Anyway, green flag set to come out here just about on a great racetrack, I will say that, as they begin the uphill. That was the name, sure, what did we say? They begin the downhill after they took the west bend here on San Posey Street. Here out of turn 7, green flag set to come out. As we go high above the racetrack to get this green flag underway here for the Red Sox Racing Series Summer Series with 2 races left. Paul Gibson, Alex Flores up front will have the lead here into turn 1 as we wait for the green flag to be shown to these drivers. Green flag out of the air. They're right away. 3 wide. A little bit right there in the middle of the pack. How about that? For 5th on back, 3 wide. Looks like Hiller going to check out of it. He said it ain't worth my spot, but he's going to actually be able to take that spot and keep his spot right there and there. A little bit further back. Cars fighting for position as well, of course, side by side, still up front. We're going to watch this. There we go. Big it happened. Mitch Hiller gets the side of Nikhil Kopker. Remember, Nikhil started up inside the top 3. He actually started second, and he will drop way back to last. 24th place. Nikhil goes around. We'll get a look here. Once again, from the blimp cam, we will actually jump down a little bit here and get a better view. Right here, right there, Mitch goes in between them, and there goes the kill, unfortunately. He will work his way back up, actually already taking a spot away in this one. Here's Reed Rundle. Oh, we got another car. Justin Kirby, another PG-13 car off the track. Mitch Heller, by the way, is off the track. He is actually on pit road. Something has happened to Heller. He is not there because that wreck. Something else happened. I have to back up just a little bit more here. Oh! This was Justin Kirby that was on his inside. So here's what happened. Where they go? Big wrecks. Oh, man. Not the way you want to start this one off tonight for any of these guys. Top 4 broken away. All PG-13 drivers. Make that, we can even say top 5 PG-13 as well. Les Turner. How about Les Turner up to P6? He's got 4 spots. Himself and Terry Dahl, the biggest movers right now, as this race continues on. Of course, Les, one of the lead admins here in the Red Sox Racing Series. I would love for Les to get a top 5 finish. I'm not even going to lie. That is one guy that definitely deserves one. And of course, Terry as well. There's Terry in that Hamburg Brewing Company number 53 car. He's been going pretty good as of late. We watched, whoa, get a little dust. You guys want to see what it's like to ride on board here at Limerock? We're going to show you. Maybe. There we go. On board the helmet cam. Great all working out of turn 7 to start this lap. We're going to ride on board here for a whole lap. There's also the start and finish line heading down into turn 1. Pretty hard on the brakes. To be honest, you actually get on the brakes a lot later than what you would expect. But this is the big bend, turn 1 and 2. Get into the left-hander here. And this is actually what it's called, the left-hander. And then into the right-hander. That is exactly what it's called. This right here, however, it's called the no-name straight. Yep. No-name straight. Right here's where the car really gets really light coming up the hill. Listen, right there, you hear the tires picked up. Now he's on the uphill, turn 5. Yeah, turn 6, westbound, and down into turn 7. Sam, pulls the straight. Here we go. Go right here. With race admin and league admin. Terry Dahl. Uh-oh. Justin Kirby has had another issue. Did he bring this in by his own accord? I think he did. Oh! He just had enough of it. Oh, there's what happened. Oh, yeah, that'll do it to you. That's a good looking car too, or was a good looking car anyway. Black Magic Motorsports. PG-13. Up front for the lead, Paul Gibson, Alex LaRose, nose to tail with Colin Weatherholt. Good to see Colin back in here as well. Currently running P3. Right on board here for just a moment with the PG-13. Watching the battle up in front of him as LaRose and Gibson going at it. Back, David Berry put a lot of pressure here on Les Turner as they begin the uphill section after they go through no name straight. And here goes the uphill. The turn 5, I believe. I'm going to call that turn 5. But yeah, there's turn 5 right there, turn 6, and here's 7. That's what I'm going to call it anyway. Big run here for David Bear. Let's see if he can get the run down the straightaway. It looks like he will. Let's try to put a little bit of block on. Still going to get to the outside. Lesnar trying to defend, of course, using that inside line as the lights start to come on the race cars. No lights on right now for David Berry, however. A lot of these other cars actually have their lights turned on. That's interesting. The Porsches have yet to turn on their lights. I know you don't need it right now. Uh-oh. Issue here on the San Posey Straight for Jim in at 34. You see him get into a wall right there. Did he just go wide? Or did he have help? Just runs off track a little bit. Student driver engaged on the 34. And unfortunately, he will be in the pit road. A lot of drivers have had issues with this. I'm not going to lie. It's kind of surprising. By the way, remember Nickel Cocker had that issue at the beginning of this race? There he is. Already back up to 12th. Working on Kevin Kyle for 11th. Trying to get a run down the straightaway. Let's see if he can. There he goes in that BMW. I will tell you guys, it's the top 6 right now. All Porsche. Then we got McLaren, and then another Porsche. So only BMW right now is right here. McKell back in 11th. Thank you, Ed. I appreciate that. You're not racing tonight. I've noticed that. I'm going to be honest, though. So, about these GT4 cars, we've been in them now for a couple of seasons because we had the multi-class. I'm just not a fan of these cars. Like, they're fun to watch, okay? I will say that. The guys that drive them, awesome to watch. But personally, I don't drive them. I'm just not a fan of, personally, me driving them. Good racing back here, by the way. Bill Pawlucki, Mark Kudrowski, Mark Wilson, Dave Hoffman, and more. And you look up here in front of them, they are side by side right there. In front of Kudrowski, it's Dwayne McCarthy, and it looks like David Shutt, right there in McLaren. As you see all the cars working off the corner here. It's a great shot. We'll stay with these shots for a minute. I kind of like the way these look, too. That front end scares me every time they come up over that hill. It literally looks like they're jumping the car. Down the hill they go. Turn 7. By the way, we did not show the track temp, but we will do that right now. Here's your... No, we won't. I'm sorry. We will not show the track temp. I don't have it on this overlay. Oh, big wreck on the front stretch. Multiple cars involved. This was the group we was just watching. Not sure what happened here, but we're going to try to go up to the blimp and see. It's happened right there. That green and black car that's on your screen. Oh, too big of a run. Bill Pawlucki. Oh, man. Is that Mitch Heller? Mitch Heller just left the pits, literally. Nowhere to go. Watch Bill Pawlucki's on board. This will be fun. On board with the 81, down the hill. Great job of leading this, by the way. Somebody else did a great job. Mark Wilson, I believe. What's this one? Woo-wee! That's enough to scare you a little bit. Man, there's been a lot of wrecks here tonight. And this is a track everybody's really familiar with. But there is one thing that a lot of people kind of underestimate on this track is how fast this track actually is. It is a very fast racetrack. Even GT4. Watch Terry Dobb. Comfortable right behind him. McHale working his way back up into the top 10. Looking to the outside. Wasn't able to get down to 53 Hamburg Brewing Company McLaren up over the hill. Yeah, you see that front tire lift off Terry's wheel. That is wild to do. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Every time, there ain't a lot of tracks that really especially on iRacing. I mean, let's be honest. But every time I go up over that hill, it does not matter what car I'm in, you feel the car get really light. I've always been sketched out about that. And you can actually launch them cars, or launch certain cars off that hill. I know the Lotus 79, you can actually jump all four wheels off of it. Let's see if we can ride on board and listen. You can hear the car get really light. You can hear the revs go up from where it lifts up. Right here. That is wild, man. Oh, gosh. Paul Gibson still leading the way with Alex LaRose. They got a pretty big gap now over Colin Weatherholt back in third. Here's Alex LaRose watching him. Trying to close the gap in here on Paul Gibson. I hope my mic will be ready. Watching LaRose here try to close the gap in. We are right at the halfway point. We're on flat 16. We're not quite there yet. We're getting closer. All in all, pretty good racing in the back. Working on the back of Robert and Les Turner. Les actually trying to hold on to the 7th spot. And he's just going to break and let both these guys go. He knows that they're faster. So one good thing about Les, he does not race guys that is running better at that time. Not saying he will get better. I mean, he's done a pretty good job. He's right there in ninth place, so he's done a nice job here tonight. Cameron Bidwell trying to get around Trent Brown. This is for the 4th position. Hope everybody's having a great night. We're having a pretty good night here for the Red Sox Racing Series. Not gonna lie, I've actually, like I said, I was looking forward to this race earlier today, and here we are. On board right now with Cameron Bidwell at gold number 56, trying to run down his teammate right here in front of him. Let's watch him go up over this hill, and you guys can hear that sound again I was talking about. Learning fairway, here we go. Woo. It is just so sketchy coming up over that hill. He actually backed up the corner that time trying to get a run. He does close in right there. He's going to have to do the same here. Back on the throttle. That was a little tough to do. He couldn't back it up as near as what he wanted to. But Trent directly in front of him, so he will be able to still hold back right here a little bit. In 5th place. Right now it is PG-13, 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 and PG-13 your top 5. Pit stops still have to happen, though, so keep that in mind. There's Nikhil going around Robert. Robert's having a nice night here as well. He's actually up 3 spots. Nikhil trying to catch David Berry now. He's about 3 seconds behind. If he does catch him, that would be a PG-13 top 6. Ugh. Guys do not want to hear that. Meanwhile, Paul Gibson up front leading the way as he crosses the start-finish line to begin lap 19. Pit stops should be set to happen. They are happening right now. Cameron Bidwell, we'll jump back and take a look at him. He's actually in the box at the moment. You guys see him right there. We'll watch him go down and away here in just a moment. A long pit stop here for Cameron. It looks like he may have had an issue. There is an issue. He's actually got damage on the front of that car. He was running really nice. Remember, he was up inside the top 6. Oh, well, this is going to be fun to watch. Let's see. I bet it happens coming up the hill. Remember I said the car gets really light? Yep, there's why. That was a very hard hit. That's probably definitely going to take him out of this race. Hold on, if you get dizzy, look away. And that is Cameron Bidwell having that trouble. I mean, he's one of the best drivers in here. Oh, tough break. Cameron's a good guy. Definitely not what he wanted tonight. Here's your leaders. So that stop we've seen was not scheduled. I will say, still waiting on a couple other guys. Dwayne McCarthy actually has been on pit road. He was on there 9 laps ago. I did not see that. By the way, Cameron Bidwell is down the way. Unfortunately, 1 lap down, but maybe get ready to go 2. Somebody coming into pit road. That looks like it was Bill Pawlucki in the 81 coming down. You know, you're not the first person to tell me that, actually, Ed. I think I need to adjust some settings on it. It might be where I'm turning my head looking at the live timing as well. You know, if that sounds a little bit better, I'll kind of keep it just to make sure. You are not the first person to actually tell me that, so maybe it is something with my settings. Maybe it's his mic. His mic could be actually having some issues. As we see Les Turner coming up pit road, we're going to watch him just for a moment here to see what he does. 13 seconds right now total time on pit road. Of course, we like to watch the total time on pit road, not just the box time. You can make a lot of ground up on total time. So no tires, down and away he goes. First gear. Colin Weatherholt also on pit road. Our benchmark going to be at 31 seconds, it looks like, for time on pit road. So everybody else, as we see Colin Weatherholt now coming down the pit lane here on lap 22. Bill Pawlucki down the way as well. As we watch Colin here, he will be down the way. Looks like a good stop here for Colin. 28 seconds, so a really good stop there for him as we wait for these other guys to start to come down. So I hit my fast repair when I pitted. I said it was a tear off. I had 11 minutes report. That was the beginning of this race. Justin Kirby, I know, was in there, of course. We seen that. Mitch Heller. That was a wild one. I'm not going to lie. That's something we do not see happen very often, but with this track being so narrow, I mean, I get it. Definitely happens a lot here. But that was a little bit of a surprise, especially with them guys that are talented. But it happens. I mean, that sucks for Justin. He accidentally had the fast repair unchecked, so unfortunately for him, the race is done for Justin. But we've all been there. Paul Gibson, by the way, down and away, already off pit road. He actually had a little bit slower stop than Colin. Colin actually gained 2 seconds here on pit road, or pit time total, on Gibson. So this may actually shake up, as you see LaRose here on pit road. It's going to be interesting to watch him. He's going to need a pretty quick stop here to be able to try to cut these guys off or maybe even beat Paul Gibson out of pit road. If he could take a little bit less gas here, he's been behind Gibson for most of this race. There's a good chance he saved enough gas where he can take a little bit less gas. Let's see if he goes the other way this time. He's taking quite a bit. Still a better stop in box and a better stop total. It's going to be close. And, yep, there you go. Alex LaRose overtakes Paul Gibson. It was very close. I will mention also David Berry on pit road. Robert, right now, your leader, right there. He has yet to hit pit road, so we're going to continue to watch this one. David Shutt is on pit road as well. Kevin Kyle has yet to make a pit stop. Right now, two cars have yet to make a pit stop. Chris Shieldsmith spending some time on pit road. Not sure. It looks like there's not much damage, but they got caught speeding or something like that. Keith Ostraker on pit road as well. There comes Robert down pit road. There's your lead change. Alex LaRose takes it. Lap 25. We are 10 laps to go in this one. Once again, for people wanting to know, this is the Red Sox Racing Series. We are live here on Facebook and on YouTube and on Twitch as well. We thank everybody for tuning in. Another thing here, if you guys are interested in joining this league, you can check out the Red Sox Racing Series on Facebook. They got one more race left of the GT4 Summer Series. They will be starting back up in September? I can't remember the exact date. It may be August, but make sure you check them out if you want a great road series. Probably one of the best road series in all of iRacing. Honestly, in my opinion, it is. For as long as they've been around, then there's a reason why they've been around that long. You guys see right here some lap traffic right in front of our leaders. Move over and let these guys go. See, that's what makes this league so great. Very respectful drivers in this series. And you see right there the tires coming up off the ground. David Shutt, I guess I had an issue, but he's good to go. We haven't really watched too much of the really battle for the lead here tonight. We've been really focused on the mid-pack. Not even mid-pack, but more top 10 other stuff. So just a FYI for you guys who want to know about the lead changes tonight. We had seen Alex Rose just overtake Paul Gibson due to pit road. We always say pit road, a main key factor when it comes to racing here in the Red Sox Racing Series. And I've seen races won, I've seen races lost so many times on pit road in this series just because of a little bit slower pit stop. And I mean, the stop wasn't even that much slower. When we seen LaRose behind Gibson earlier, he was about 4 or 5 tenths behind him. 3, 4, or 5. Which is right now exactly kind of where he's at right now, 6 tenths ahead of Gibson. But if we look at pit road speed total, Alex LaRose a 9/10 better stop on pit road, total time on pit road. That goes for pit stops, everything, as soon as you hit pit road. So your pit lane time. So that has made the difference here so far in this one. But still, do not count out none of these guys. That even goes for Colin back there in third. He is definitely capable of running these guys down and passing them. We've actually had a top 4 PG-13. I don't think we've ever had a top 5 PG-13. And right now there is a very good chance of that with Nikhil right now in 5th. Remember, we seen Nikhil earlier. He actually started up in 3rd place, but had that issue early on with Unfortunately, it's Mitch Heller, and he has worked his way back up. He's had an up and down night in the 42. Currently in 5th right now, though. That's very impressive. He went all the way back to last in this one, and has ran back down the inside of the top 5. Oh, you see Weatherholt go off the track a little bit. He did lose a little bit of time. As we are at 5 laps to go, and you can see LaRose is actually pulling this gap a little bit. 9/10 right now separate. And you can see LaRose not showing any signs of slowing down. Still pushing the car very hard here. I mean, so close going off track. Gibson the same way. Weatherholt the same way. These guys are teammates, but they still want to win this race no matter what happens. You can also see that the lights here definitely playing a little bit of a factor now as the sun is starting to set. But we should have plenty of daylight left to finish this race, of course. And if not, we'll just drive into the darkness. We got headlights, so. Terry Dahl trying to run down Les Turner. And how about the battle of the admins here with 3 laps to go, or coming to 3 laps to go? The head honchos here in the Red Sox Racing League running for a top 9 or top 10 spot, 9th and 10th. This is going to be a fun one. Both drivers in the McLaren. I believe Les Turner car has the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on it. There you go, Payless on it. And then, of course, the Hamburg Brewing Company, number 53. I do want to mention last lap by, Paul Gibson was a little bit faster than LaRose. He actually closed the gap up a little bit now. And as soon as I say that, that goes away very quickly. Now back to a second. As we continue to watch the battle for 9th place right now. Oh, issues. David Barry and Robert here in 7th. There you go. There's what happened. Les Turner and Terry Dahl both taking over 8th and 9th spot. So that's wild to see. You don't see that happen very often. So Les looking at a good finish. So is Terry as well. Once again, up front, Alex LaRose, a little bobble coming out of that corner. As we are on 2 laps to go here tonight. Alex is able to extend that lead a little bit this lap as well. Coming to the white flag this time, PG-13 driver Alex LaRose looking to pick up the W here tonight at the Limerock Classic. White flag is out in the air as he goes through turn 1. Does got a lap car up in front of him. That could become a factor. Fastest lap of this race, however, is to call it a weather hole. Up over the hill he goes for the final time. Looking into turn number 6 this time. As he begins the downhill portion now and into turn 7. Looking for the checker flag here. Alex LaRose out of turn 7. Going to beat teammate Colin Weatherholt and Paul Gibson as LaRose picks up the victory. Something, by the way, happened to Weatherholt right here. He actually lost a lot of time to these guys. I'm not sure what it was, but he does finish third. Trent Brown going to manage the 4th place finish. Mikel Copper battles all the way back to finish 5th. That's impressive. PG-13, your top 5 here tonight. David Shutt looks like he is going to finish here in 6th place. He's got to make it through one more turn to do so. And Shutt will see the checker flag. We'll finish in 6th. 7th place going to go to Robert here in 7th. Les Turner 8th. Terry Dahl going to be a close battle here. Going to put a little bit of a block on. He's going to finish 9th over David Berry. All right, we will do our race interviews right now in just a moment here for the Red Sox Racing Series. We'll go over and talk to them. We wait for everybody to come in. We'll get them here in just a moment. As it is right there, your race winner. The PG-13 Alex LaRose in the 64 picking up the big victory here. Paul Gibson 2nd. Once again, Colin Weatherholt 3rd. As you see the 64 driving a victory lap here on the track. You don't see that very often, which is always a good thing to see, I think. So we'll wait a minute and we'll start talking to some people. We'll see who the first one is in here. We will talk to him in just a moment, whoever it is. Once again, Paul Gibson 2nd, Colin Weatherholt 3rd, and of course your winner here tonight is Alex LaRose, and a great finish, all due to pit road here at Limerock. So always cool to see that. All right, first in the booth we got the driver of the 31, Paul Gibson. You got a copy?
Yep, I do.
Well, man, it came down to pit stops, and that's
it did. Yep. Yeah, Alex took just enough to make it, and I took a little too much. So that was the difference maker there.
Did you guys? You guys probably don't even talk about that since you guys are racing against each other, correct?
We talk pretty much the whole race, just giving each other crap the whole time.
That's got to feel pretty good, dude. Your whole team, well, not your entire team, but pretty much a top 5 finish for PG-13. That's got to feel really nice.
That feels really good. Yeah, we're still like, grand scheme of things, we're still like a young team too. So that's pretty cool.
Talk about racing Colin and Alex there in this one. You guys was together pretty much all night long.
Yeah, we were stuck together the whole time pretty much. My goal was I saw Alex make one little mistake, and I was like, all right, I'm going to push and try to like build a little bit of a lead. And then I made a mistake on the last 2 corners on my in lap, so he closed right back up on me. And and that may have been the difference maker there too. I don't know if I lost quite enough there, but it sure was close.
For sure on that one, man. Well, another good run either way. Another top 3.
Yeah, that was a good time. Yep. Yeah. Good job to Alex for another win there, and Colin for another top 3. I think he made it around without running out. Thanks again to Lesson Terry for putting it on. So thanks a bunch,
job, buddy.
Yep.
Thanks, man. Next up, we're going to talk to 3rd place before we talk to our race winner, Colin Weatherholt. You got a copy?
Hey, Adam, how's it going?
Pretty good, man. Did have enough. Finishing P3 here tonight. What happened there? Is that what happened? Was you just starting to run out of gas because you was right there with them guys?
Yeah, I just kind of lost touch of the leaders just a little bit, and when I pulled it into the pits, I took a little gamble and clicked one less on fuel. I think I took like 0.4 less than
that's what I'm seeing.
What was recommended. And then I was right up on those guys right in the racing, and I got an off track and kind of lost a little speed and looked down at my fuel, and that was probably a good thing I went off the track because then I realized I needed to start saving, so ran around in 5th and 4th gear most of the lap.
Yeah, it looks like Alex took about a half a second more fuel than you. But overall, man, a 3rd place finish, still a good night for you and your team. That's going to make you feel pretty good as well. But what's your thoughts heading to next week at Barber?
I really like Barber. Some of the curbs are a little sketchy, especially going down into the chicane onto the back stretch. But I don't think it's going to be any sketchier than Limerock is. Limerock's a pretty awkward track, but lots of fun.
For showing out one, dude. Domination for you and your team here once again. 3rd place. Good to see you back in here again. Shout out to all that you want to give out.
Yeah, just big shout out to you, Les and Terry, and our sponsors, of course, Impact and Control F12 and OMG Paints and Cam's Oil. We all work really hard every week, and glad it's showing.
Yeah, it's definitely showing, man. Hey, good job tonight, Domination.
Thanks, Adam.
Next up, we got our race winner. Alex got to be pretty happy. Alex, you got a copy?
Hey, Adam.
P1, man, over Paul Gibson and Colin. That's got to feel nice being you the top PG-13 out of the top 5 that finished there. A little bit less field. That was the ultimate determining factor, to be honest.
Yeah, I think we were all very similar on pace. I think Paul was probably a bit faster than me, but just following him for the majority of the first fuel stint and just trying to save fuel into turn 1, just letting off and kind of coasting in. I was hoping that would kind of make the places swap on the pit, and it seemed to work. So man, just by a hair, but it worked.
This track everybody's very familiar with because it's one of the oldest tracks on iRacing. But there's that one turn that always sketches me out, the uphill. Talk about racing this track, dude, especially at the start. The start of these races are crazy here.
Yeah, the first lap is especially bad on that uphill right-hander because the rear tires are cold and the car really wants to spin on you. Honestly, I think Colin, myself, and Paul, we were trying to be smart during the race and not really push it there, because if we push it for 33 laps and crash on the 34th, it's game over. So we were running probably a bit slower and just going really conservative through there the whole race.
I'm not sure what the points are, man. To be completely honest, I kind of want to skip over that tonight. But what is your thoughts heading to next week at Barber?
I don't know. I've never raced at Barber, so maybe have some homework to do.
That's gonna be fun. That'd be fun to watch you do. Man, good job. Definitely a well-deserved win. That was fun to watch you guys battle out. Congratulations to you. You want to give it a shout-out?
Yeah, I guess I'll switch it up this week. I'll shout out my girlfriend Lauren. I finally gave her the link to the stream so she could watch. Not sure if she's watching right now, but shout out Lauren.
Hey, good job tonight, buddy. Congratulations to you.
Thanks, Adam.
There you go. There is your race winner. Definitely well-deserved for the PG-13 crew. I mean, guys, when we did the awards back in June for our mid-season awards, there is a reason why I picked them the best team. That is why. When you got that kind of domination in a league full of this kind of talent, you can't, dude, I've been around iRacing long enough to know, and I even run my own team, okay? But you see that kind of talent with one team, that's impressive. Just calling it like I say it. I mean, nobody can argue that. So congratulations to the whole PG-13 crew. Definitely well-deserved. Congratulations to Alex for the win. That'll do it for me, though, guys. We will be live tomorrow with the Driver Spotlight driver Todd Chase Jr., followed by the Midnight Thunder Series. You guys have a great night. Take care as always. God bless.